Hi, thanks for watching today. It's the Lipstick Gal. I am excited to share my December favorites with you. I think it's kind of strange to do like a yearly favorites and then a December favorites, but the truth is, if it was July, I would still do my monthly favorites. So let's get into that. Not wearing foundation today, I'm wearing concealer and powder. And this is the concealer that I'm wearing. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Concealer. This is the lightest shade they have in 200. Well, the lightest shade I could find when I was at my local drugstore. But I feel I would like it if it was just, I would love it. I already love it, but I would love it even more if it was just a little bit lighter. It's kind of medium coverage. I would say at times even buildable, but it has this really nice hydrating feel to it. That's one of my favorite things. The other thing that I love about this concealer is that it doesn't instantly settle into all of my cracks and crinkles. Because I got them under the eyes, right in through here, corners of my nose, nasal labial folds. I do have some cracks and crinkles around my face, and some products, whether it's foundation or concealer, they just like, they go straight for there. They're like, guess what? We moved in, we live here now. And it really does accentuate those lines. This doesn't do that. I'm not saying it won't ever settle, but it's not like within the first, like you're tapping one eye out, you go to the other one, by the time you're done here, this is kind of collecting in the crinkles. It doesn't do that. It gives you time to reach for a powder, to powder your under eye, or to lightly dust, you know, forehead, nose, chin, wherever it is you want to put it. And I find that it gives just enough coverage that you can't really see. Well, you can see it if I point it out, but it's not the first thing you notice, my hyperpigmentation spot right here. I'm always trying to hide that. And I used to have to corrector, concealer, foundation, and powder with coverage. And today it's just this and a little powder over it to set. The powder I have been reaching for a ton is this one from Kosas. This is their Cloud set. I have the lightest shade in Airy. I really like this. I was kind of in the habit of using the Glossier Wowder, because when that came in, it kind of like took my life over. And if you have noticed, if you've been reading the description box of any of my videos since it came late summer, was it September, whenever the Glossier Wowder came, I stopped using other powders. Didn't mean to, just kind of did. But I saw this as I was going through and making my best of 2021 videos. Oh, if you want to see those, I will link them in the description box. I was like, this is such a good powder. And I'm glad I rediscovered it halfway through the month because it's all I've been using for the last couple of weeks. I think what I like the most about this powder is that it's not a radiant powder. It's not a matte powder. It looks like skin. That's the best thing to say, is it just looks like skin, because it's not glowy and it's not like powdery and porcelain doll-like. It just looks like your natural skin. But it sets your concealer, it sets your foundation, whatever it is you want to set, this will do it, and it won't look heavy and cakey. Another kind of multi-purpose palette that I have fallen in love with again this month is this. It's from Charlotte Tilbury. It's one of her instant look into palettes. This is the gorgeous Glowing Beauty. It looks like this. The bronzer is a little warmer than I would like it, but it looks beautiful as long as I don't get a little too crazy and heavy-handed. The highlight is beautiful. I forgot that there is a glowy blush in here. So this blush is almost more like a blush topper or even almost highlighty. It's beautiful. What I've been doing a lot this month is using these three shades here as eyeshadow and incorporating some of this. Sometimes pulling in some of the bronzer, sometimes putting this like in the inner corner. I have been using these shades all over my eyes, all of them, and loving just the ease of just grabbing one thing, having a mirror in here, and just doing my face quickly. The one thing that I really appreciate about Charlotte's eyeshadow formula is that they don't emphasize the texture that I have on my eyelids. I will be 47 in a handful of weeks, and I'm noticing that there is a textural change in my eyelid. There is a little bit of a creepiness coming in, and certain products or certain even metallic or satin shades really emphasize that. Charlotte's don't. I really think she does a beautiful eyeshadow formula. I just wish they weren't so expensive. So to have a palette where I have face products as well as eye products, and I can use them anywhere I want on my face. I have been using this a lot this month. I am still head over heels for cream products. One of my favorites is from Beauty Pie. This is their Super Cheek Cream Blush, and this is my, well, it's the only shade I have, but it's the only shade I feel like I need. This one's called French Raspberry. It looks a little intimidating. There are days that I wear this on its own on my lips and my cheeks. So when it's blended out, it looks like this. It's actually what I'm wearing today. But when you put it on the lips, oh, it's so beautiful. So fantastic. You can build it up however much you want. If you need more of a in from the cold cheek, like you've been, you know, skiing all day, or I don't know, if you're me shoveling snow, just tapping it on, you can get as much intensity as you want out of it. But it's a beautiful formula. It blends perfectly with fingers. This was just with fingers. You could also use a synthetic brush like this, where you just tap it in there and then go like this. Blends super easily. I have blended it before with the Beauty Blender. You can use anything you want. It's super easy, super fantastic. The two highlights I've been reaching for this month, one is one that I've talked about for half the year and I've worn almost half the year, is Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow. You know about that. You don't want to hear me talk about it again. But this, oh my goodness. If you love a beautiful blingy highlight, but that's not too much. Okay, remember, I'm gonna be 47 in a handful of weeks, and I do have texture here, and I have to be careful that whatever powder highlight, especially powder highlight, doesn't settle into the crinkles, doesn't accentuate the texture that I have, doesn't come in and hit some of my larger pores in this area and make it just look like orange peel. This is beautiful. It is so good. This is the new Sunscape highlight from M Cosmetics. This is the lightest shade. This is Clarity. I mean, look at that. Did you ever see anything more glorious? It's like, it's so good. So this is one that I have not been able to put down. So I'm wearing cream products today. I didn't set my cheeks with powder, but I was able to very easily with a little brush like this, just pick some up and fluff it right on the top here. And it gave me the glow that I wanted without being too much. The thing that I like about this is that it doesn't accentuate that texture. It doesn't make me look older. It just gives me that beautiful, shiny, shiny glow. The two eyeshadow palettes that I have been using the most this month, they're both from Viseart. They're both newer releases. One is this one. I have fallen head over heels for this. This is the Cashmere palette, and it is just perfection. You have some cooler tones over here, some more neutral, and even some warmish tones here. But this is so beautiful. You could do one shadow looks, two shadow looks. You could use them all. They are so beautiful, but there are just some shades in here that are absolutely magnificent. And the mattes, like, they're just buttery perfection. I love this palette so much. I have been reaching for it a lot. On the days that I want to take a little bit more time with my eye look, I will reach for this. Because it is the holidays, I have been loving a bright red lip, or kind of a more mulberry lip like this, and a gold eyeshadow. And for that, I have been using this little beauty here. This is the Peta 4 Bouillon palette. This is new for the holidays this year from Viseart. It's $25, worth every penny. The black in here is matte. It's really, really pretty, but it's these golds in here. There are several different shades of golds. This feels like a New Year's Eve palette. If you have this, pull it out. If you don't have it, it's one of those, I didn't think I was going to be using it that much because I'm intimidated by black. I normally will use a black shadow to like go over the top of liner, to set my liner, or to lightly smudge on my lower lash line. No, no, no. I have been using this like all over the lid and then layering one of these golds over the top. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. So I have been doing that. Love these two palettes. But most of this month, I've been doing what I'm doing today. One shadow, liner, and mascara only on the top lashes. By the way, that mascara has been this. This is the Pick Me Up mascara from M Cosmetics. I love this with my whole heart. So it has a wand where it's kind of like got gaps in it, where you have some longer bristles and then a place where there's no real bristles, where you can build the product onto your lashes and then turn it and use the bristles to kind of comb them through. I have not been curling my lashes. I can push this right here at the bottom and kind of push up, and it dries that way. And my favorite thing about this, and I think the reason I kind of been only using this mascara this month because I've been super lazy, is that I don't need to use like eye makeup remover. It's a tubing mascara. So I can get water on my lashes and then just the mascara slides right off. And I don't have, you know, raccoon panda situation going on underneath my eyes and need more eye makeup remover. This stuff comes off with just water and I love it. I've been loving single shadow looks this entire month. It's been my absolute favorite thing. The one that I'm wearing today is this one. This is from Colourpop. And I know I kind of said that Colourpop and I broke up. I got rid of almost every single Colourpop thing I owned during my declutter. I hung on to my Super Shocks and I hung on to my Super Shock highlights. Most everything else is gone. And I think a lot of it is because I feel like it has a short shelf life. But this, if you use it every day before it dries out, it's the most beautiful thing ever. This is the shade Koosh. I picked this up at my local Ulta. Oh my goodness, look at that. And if you blend it out, like towards the bottom where it's not quite so highly metallic, and you give it a little bit more of a kind of a sheer wash of color, it's absolutely stunning. I do feel like the Super Shock formula is really remarkable and special, and at $6, I think they're worth it. But don't get more than, you know, a handful. Get maybe one or two that you know you're going to use and use them up before they go bad, because look at that. It's really fun and it gives a really gorgeous and elegant eye look with such minimal effort. This took 30 seconds, you know, swipe it here, blend it out, boom, I was done. And then I had to take the time to do eyeliner and mascara, but it really cuts down on the amount of time I spend getting a pulled together eye look. The other single shadows, and I know I said I wasn't gonna buy single shadows, but I already did a video about it, but these guys from Lisa Eldridge are fantastic. These are the new Liquid Lorax. So the one that I've been wearing the most and I have been in love with is this shade right here. This is Bianca. I love that I can just like use the doe foot, swipe it onto my eye. They're crazy reflective, and then just blend it out. So if I blend it lightly, it gets more of a thin sparkle look like this, but it has a little bit more pink to it, but not a bubblegum Barbie pink. I feel like the colors in here are super special. They're super reflective. I do have a deeper shade. This one is Angelica, and I haven't been wearing this one as much as the other one because Bianca's kind of stole my heart, but I wore this one the other day and I got a lot of compliments on it. It's such a pretty eyeshadow. So Angelica, if you wear it full force, looks like this, but I have been wearing it more kind of buffed out like this. Super gorgeous. They wear well. My favorite thing about this formula is that they don't settle into my creases, that there is no fallout. At the end of the day, I don't have any sparkle underneath my eye in rogue places. And it looks metallic and shiny all day. Once it dries, it stays. I don't know. I've never liked liquid eyeshadows before. I really feel like Lisa Eldridge has cracked the code. She does exactly what I want, which is a super crazy metallic eyeshadow. They're so pretty, and there's no sparkle fallout, and they don't crack and flake and look weird on you. They just look beautiful. Thank you so much. I love. The other two that I have been loving, and all of these guys I've been doing single shadow looks with, are these guys here. These are from M. These are the Dewy Cosmic Pearl eyeshadows. I don't know what they're called. The Cosmic Pearl Dewy, I always get the name wrong, eyeshadow. So the new one that I picked up this month is this one here. This one is in the shade Wish, and it is ridiculously metallic. Look at that. It's like a little stripe of gold. Fantastic. The other one that I've had for a while, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to love it because I paid $26 for each one, is this one here. And this one has been the one that I have reached for the most. It's a little bit cooler in tone, but I mean, look at that. The reflective quality of these is insane. So do you see how shiny these are? These are all screaming like sparkly, party, holiday eye to me. And because it's so easy to use one of these, just buff it out. If you need to, you know, bring in a brush to buff the edge like right up here, or in your crease if you don't want too much of this to settle in. Especially these ones from M, these two here, they do best when you take a little brush to the crease because they're a little creamier. They are kind of more like a cream product. I have had them settle into my eyelid crease, but if I take the time to buff them out with a brush, that doesn't happen. But I mean, look at how metallic these are. They're all just glorious. And I love that it's been so easy to get a pretty eye look with one shadow for much of this month. So this entire month of December, I have either been using a completely matte lip, like I'm wearing today, and a bold matte lip, one that's super punchy, a red, a mulberry shade, a deep vampy plum, or I've been wearing a sheer lip product. And one of my favorites is this one from e.l.f. This is the Sheer Slicks. This is in the shade Black Cherry, and it is the prettiest, glossiest, most beautiful, let your natural lip color shine through. This has been like my lip balm of choice, tinted just enough, and on a no makeup day it looks fantastic. I have told you forever about my love for the Lipstick Queen Medieval. Look at that. The prettiest, sheerest red lipstick. I'm almost out. I'm gonna need another. I can't even tell you how many of these I have repurchased. As long as they make it, I will buy it. It's so gorgeous. Been wearing that a lot this month. This is another one that I've been reaching for a lot. This is from Revlon. This is their Glass Shine lipstick, but this shade, oh my goodness. This shade right here, this is Nude Illuminator. Oh, it's so glassy. It's so shiny. It's so pretty and comfortable. Okay. Did I mention earlier that we're in the middle of like a cold snap? And it's not just cold, it's snowing. It's 8 degrees outside right now. 8 degrees. And there is a lot of snow, and we've been shoveling snow for the last 3 days, and we're supposed to get snow tomorrow and snow the day after that. So it's cold here. And on days when it's really cold and the heat is cranked up, my skin feels dry and my lips really, especially now that I'm getting older, they're really starting to show their wear. So I've been reaching for glossy, hydrating, and I love this formula here. Products that are keeping my lips moisturized and that are sheer enough that I can pull out of my jean pocket, put on my mouth, put back in, and not have to need a mirror. That's what I do, because I keep one in my pocket as I'm, making dinner, as I'm folding laundry, as I'm driving to the grocery store. Oh, my lips feel dry, and I pull one of these guys out. They're fantastic. Another glossy product I have been loving is this one here from Beauty Pie. This is their Shine Up Lip Color Balm. This is in the shade Love, Love, Love. I wore it for 4 days straight, and I told myself I had to start trying other things again. I loved it so much. So this is multiple passes. It is the perfect, just a little bit, not too much. Because like they're all really sheer and they're lightweight, but this one here, especially for my skin tone, it's just a hair cool, and it's glossy, but it's not too shiny, and it's comfortable. I really like this one. So this is one that I recently picked up and I have been trying and I have fallen in love with and have been using a lot this month. If I am not using one of those glossy lip products, I am reaching for one of these guys. These are all 4 of my Lisa Eldridge lip liners. They are my absolute favorite. I don't know that there is one formula of liner that I would prefer over these. I hate that they're $25, but you best believe when I finish up this one in ribbon, this red one, I'm getting another because there is no other red liner that does what that one does. It's just fantastic. I love all of them. And I have been also loving Lisa's matte lipsticks. The one that I am wearing today is this one right here. This one is in Velvet Myth. I've been reaching for this one a lot this month. And it's just kind of like your, cranberry, beautiful mulberry type shade. This is another one of my favorites. I just discovered that this one is broken at the base, but I will finish it. This is Velvet Ribbon. It matches that corresponding red liner that I love. So I've been wearing either really sheer lipsticks or really bold, bright lipsticks like this. Another one that I've been loving that's a little bit softer is this one here in Velvet Petal. One is new for this fall. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. So I have been reaching either for a full-on matte boom here on my lips, or I've been going for something sheer and hydrating. That's really what I've been preferring this month. I didn't really have any fails. I was really careful with my purchases in late November, like Black Friday in through early December, that the things that I purchased, I really enjoyed. Like, these guys were new. There are some Lisa Eldridge products in here that are new that I really liked. The highlighter from M is new and I really liked. So I've been really careful making sure that I'm only buying what truly interests me, what I think has a place in my collection, and that I'm gonna like for the long term, not just try it for a video and then, you know, whatever, forget about it. I really want to start being purposeful with my purchases so that I don't have fails. Now, if I go into it really wanting to love it and it doesn't work, I'll definitely tell you about it. But I kind of like that December, everything I tried, I loved. Let me know the makeup you've been reaching for this month. Do you have a specific style that you always do around the holidays? Do you have a favorite look that you like to do for New Year's Eve? Do you have a lipstick that you live in all winter long, or is it just lip balm? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year, and I'll see you again soon.